In response to the G7's oil price cap on Russian oil, the Russian President Vladimir Putin issued an order banning oil sales to the countries and the companies that adhere to the price cap agreed by the West. Moscow gave a long-awaited answer on a Tuesday on its price cap, bans the supply of crude oil and the petroleum products to the countries that comply with the cap for the 5 months from the February 1. According to the decree, Putin's special decision can be made that lift the ban on the sale in the individual cases for the nation. So this is the news yesterday, and the Russia is now action and expected that Putin will cut the production of oil in response to the oil price cap, and now he came with the response that he bans the export of the oil to the countries who are going to implement the price cap, and they are the mainly Western nation and the European nation. Countries like China and India, they are not going to adhere to by the G7 price cap. They are not going to under this ban. So this is the one things. Let us see background of this event. The G7 and European Union and Australia also agreed this month on the December 5 that they are going to cap Russian offshore crude oil at a price of $60 a barrel, and after this cap is in the series of the embargo on the Russia, which led by the European Union on the seashore shipment of Russian crude oil, and which is intended to prevent Russia from circumventing the embargo by selling oil to the third countries at higher prices. So that, and the Russia was earning the profit from these high prices of the oil. Then the market has oil in the demand, and many nations have the inflation in the oil. uh, it all seeks to the limit the revenue Russia. Actually, what Western nation want, that they don't want Russia to not sell oil, because Russian oil is needed in the market, so that the demand supply ratio in the proportion, and the European nation in winter and the USA, like the American nation in the winter, they need the energy to warm up their houses and the industries. But if Russian oil did not came in the market, then that will create the disruption. So they want Russian oil in the market, but they do not want the Russian oil in the high market price, so that Russia can earn profit from that and use those profit in the Ukrainian war. So this is the one philosophy behind this ban, that embargo, that Russia should limit its wing and have the less finance for the Ukrainian war. One fact one should be noted, that the Russia is the world's second largest oil exporter after Saudi Arabia, and the major disruption to the Russian sales would have the far-reaching implication for the world energy supply, as it is supposed that it will have the impact for necessary. So one should note that Russia is the second largest oil exporter after Saudi Arabia. Let's see how is the European Union's independence on the Russian oil. First of all, the United Kingdom, he already halts import of Russian oil after the Moscow invades the Ukraine. So Ukraine, after Ukraine war, the United Kingdom did the first thing, they stopped the import of Russian oil, so that Russian economy got hit, export got hits. So this is the one thing. But one thing is concerning, that the biggest importer of the Russian oil in the Europe are the Germany, Netherlands, and the Poland. These are the figures. That Germany have the import highest oil from the Russia, after that Netherlands and Poland. But also addition to that, landlocked countries in the Eastern Europe, such as the Slovakia and the Hungary, which are close to the Russia, have an alternative to the pipeline deliveries from the Russia. So that is also concerning. EU, that is the European Union, is the largest customer of the Russian oil. Yes, there is a not other nation, but European Union purchased the highest oil of the Russian oil customer, and that is the concerning. And this is the European money that is the going to the in the Ukraine war. So that is the whole the Ukraine things. We can see here that when you go to the figure, that 1.7 million barrel per day, that is the PPD import of the Russian oil in the European Union is per day. So this is a huge amount, and this is amount is actually reduced. Earlier it was the 2.3 million barrel per day, but now it's reduced to 1.7 million barrel per day, but it's still huge. Russia export nearly 29% of its oil to Europe, and the China is after that, which is the 2%. So that is the whole, the Russia is deriving the whole of its oil money from the two blocks. One is the European Union and the other one is the China. The 29 plus 22, you can add that. This is the big say big purchaser, big customer for the Russian oils. Let's see the what will be impact of this oil embargo. First impact will be the, it will create the winter hardship, as a winter in the Europe on, and if the oil reduced, oil oil, Putin bans the oil to the nation who support the price cap, then it will create the winter hardship and the common man will suffer. They have to look at the alternative which are the much costly to heat up in the winter. So that is the one aspect. Second aspect is the high inflation in the oil market. As the uh, oil supply will be reduced, then the of course the demand will be the, as now is in status quo position. So this will create more and more demand for the other oils, and this will create the inflation and higher oil prices, and this lead to the circular chain and domino effect, that if high oil price, then logistic cost to companies, cost to industry will increase. If cost to industry increases, then the products at the end will be the costly, and it will alter, it will finally hit the pocket of the common man. The prices of the all commodity will be rise in the rise direction. Also government have to spend lot more on the subsidy, as some democracy has some election angle. So this will create also put government on the government finance also, and the common man finance also. That is the one aspect. Also, even the Middle East always volatile region, and the oil for that Saudi Arabia also threaten that they will cut the prices, and after USA hit them back that you should not do that oil, otherwise this will have the not good impact on the whole world, and you also like this situation happen there. But again the demand of the oil is like Saudi Arabia, Iran will be in demand, and again USA put the embargo on the Iran also. But if such thing happening, then Iran may is able to sell his oil to some of the customer. So this is the another angle of this impact. And obviously the big concerning news that the whole disruption in the oil market and the new equation will be sum up will rise. So this will happen. Let's see the what are the alternative to the Russian oil. First is the LNG. LNG stand for liquefied natural gas. Actually, it's just natural gas. Norway, we can see that here. Europe is the second. It is Europe's second largest supplier after Russia. But concerning news is that Norway may have the capability to issue to give the his LNG to the other nation, but it's already operating at its full capacity. It reached the threshold, and because of the threshold, this is the concerning for the European nation. What are the other options? Germany is now planning to import LNG from Qatar, again the Middle East country, and buy gas from other European countries. Europe's largest economy could build a two domestic LNG terminal of its own. So that's the Germany planning as alternative. Italy now also planning to increase the gas supplies from the Algeria. Algeria has a pipeline to the Spain and the Italy, both are European nation, and the large or LNC terminal at Skida increased its oil and the gas producing by 5% last year. So that's the what's Italy planning. Other option as the renewable energy. Australia is the handful here. It can be the potential hydrogen supplier to the Europe. Germany has the capability to expand its solar energy, but what is the concerning issue that Europe has the winter and the sun is not available in winter in Europe. So that's the what concerning of the solar energy. But still Germany is trying in the renewable energy. France, UK good at nuclear energy, but nuclear energy has the radiation problem, and that you Chernobyl like disaster may happen. So that's the other concern. Coal is also good fuel. Not obviously good fuel, it's a bad fuel, and the now whole world is planning to phase out that, and it will lead to climate change. So if countries allow coal, then it will be the reversing cycle and have harsh impact on the global environment and the climate change. So this is the ruled out here, coal is ruled out. So how, what do you think on this topic? What your opinion about this? Let us know in the comment section. If you like this video, then please subscribe the channel and follow us for our regular update. Thank you for